Welcome back, sports fans. In today's episode, we'll be sitting down with newly minted RMAC Player of the Year, Maddi Foutz. We'll be discussing the award and what's next for CMU volleyball. I'm Antonio Clark for KRX5 News. Hope you guys enjoy. RMAC Player of the Year, maybe?
Sure. How about Mesa volleyball player?
Well, not just any Mesa volleyball player. You did win Player of the Year. You're only the third person in school history to do that. You know, give me your reaction to that. What was that news like, getting that?
I was not expecting it at all. I remember my first game when I transferred here before COVID, so it was my first year here. Dave was watching me warm up, and he came up and said, you know, you can be an all-conference attacker. And I just said, no, Dave Fleming, you're crazy. It's not going to happen. I didn't know that it was in the cards for me to, first of all, be able to hit in college, and second of all, I didn't think I would be this successful at it.
Well, you are now, but you guys are still in season. So do you even really have the time, you know, to celebrate this as much, or are you really focused on, you know, keeping this winning streak alive and securing that RMAC title?
Right now, we have a game today and then hopefully tomorrow and Saturday, so that's where our focus is at. But it did bring a smile to my face, and it was a really big surprise. But this is a team sport, and everyone worked really hard for us to be here, because you don't go 14-0 with 1, 2, or even just 6 players. We have almost 20 girls who work really hard every day. And if you watch us practice and we split up, you have no idea what side is going to win. Every single day, whether it's starting side or non-starters, we beat each other up all the time. So,
do you think that's the key to your guys' success, the competitiveness that you guys have within your own team?
Absolutely. I don't think that a lot of teams have the opportunity like us to have this level of competition every single day at practice. Because when I say we beat each other up every day, I really mean that. We never know who's going to win. So.
And you said you guys are in season for sand volleyball right now too. So how does that work, balancing the two?
So we really have to be intentional of just focusing on whatever we're doing at that moment and try not to get a little overwhelmed, because we do practice twice a day most days. We'll go 2.5 hours in the sand, and then we have 20 minutes to run up to the gym and start playing indoor. And there are some technical differences when you're playing those, so it's important to just be intentional and focus on what you're doing right now. And that helped us be successful.
And how do you have time for school during all this? Like, you still got to go to class, practice twice a day, you know, you got to sleep at some point. How do you manage all that?
I think it's just, you have to make the most of the time out of the day. So we don't really get the opportunity to sit down and just rest a lot. And so it's a matter of just making your list of priorities. And for us, it's number 1, school, and then volleyball, and of course, all of our relationships that we have. So just being really intentional with our time.
So we still got this season. We still got to see how this is going to play out. But regardless, because of COVID, you're going to get another year of eligibility. What is that like? How excited are you to have another year to play, to compete, and, you know, just chase this dream? How does that feel?
It is really exciting. I was talking to David Scaff about it last night, and we were just smiling about all the awards that the whole team got, because a lot of people got, you know, recognized for what they've done this year, and every single person is coming back. So we are really, really excited about that. Of course, we want to finish this year strong, but we're already looking forward to next year too.
This year has been amazing. You guys are undefeated as it stands. But with that being said, with everybody coming back and, you know, that continuity, how much better can you guys be next year?
You know, every single game that we've had, even our best games, we go to the locker room, and Dave Fleming, our head coach, he always tells us, you know, that was really good, but there are lots of places that we can improve, even on our best games, and on our worst games. I think that this year we controlled the score on our side of the net and our opponent's side of the net. So I'm really looking forward to next year, because we're doing well, but there's so much room for improvement. We're so young that I'm really excited to see what we can do.
What do you think you need to improve on personally?
I need to improve on serve receive and just being confident and moving well. my coach and I have this word that we use to clear my head if I ever get in a bad headspace, and we use the word Cholula, like the sauce. And so I think for us, it's just having fun and enjoying getting to play volleyball and just making the most of every practice and every game that we get.
Well, we're really excited to watch you. You've had an amazing season. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do next year. Like, that's something else I want to ask you actually before we wrap this up. With the Player of the Year accolade on your resume now, what individual accolades could you be chasing now? Because, that's pretty close to the top of the mountain. Is there something else that you would like to accomplish individually before you finish up college?
Not necessarily. I think I just try and focus on each day as it comes. And my mom and I, before I went to Colorado State when I was still in high school, she was asking me what my goals were for college, and I just told her I want to be the best that I can be. And so I think there's a whole nother level of dedication and hard work that I can get to over the summer and in the off season to just get better. And even if it's just a little inch every day, I want to see what that can do, because this year it helped.
That's a subject I'd like to, go with a little bit. So you went to CSU out of high school. What made you transfer, and why CMU?
So CMU was actually my first offer. I was in 8th grade when Dave offered me a spot here. Yeah, 8th grade. And so I wasn't quite ready to commit then, but the opportunity to Colorado State came up, and I'm so thankful for that opportunity because I got to play some of the best. We got to play Stanford and Michigan and Illinois and some of the best at the sport. So I'm really thankful for that opportunity. I think it was just time for me to go somewhere else, and I'm really thankful that I had support of my friends and my family to help me make that decision. And Dave was my first call. I had my hopes set on Mesa right when I decided to transfer.
That is so cool. What are the biggest things? What's the biggest difference between the D1 Mountain West Conference and RMAC volleyball? Like, is it that big of a gap? Is it not? What's the difference?
With the game? Yeah. So I wasn't sure what to expect when I went from powerhouse CSU to Colorado Mesa, but there's not a lot of differences. I would say the biggest one is just the height of the game. In Division I, there's a lot of just big people, so the game is played, 4 or 5 inches higher than the D2 level with attacking and blocking. But the speed is there, and the competitiveness is. This is the most competitive team I've been on my whole life. So.
Gosh, I just lost my question. What was I going to ask? Compare CSU to CMU from an off the court standpoint. Like, what's it like being a student athlete on campus at Mesa?
Something that I love about Mesa is that they always push you to do the most. So here there are just so many opportunities to join clubs and to play multiple sports and to kick butt in the weight room. And just, I love the smaller community here. At CSU, there's about 33,000 students, and here there's about 11,000, but double the athletes here at Mesa. And so I just love this competitive environment where people are just pushing you to be better in every way.
I think that's something I liked about Mesa too. I love just the school spirit, the vibes, like when I was playing football, I felt like I was the superstar. So, with that being said, I just wanted to catch up with you. Like I said, you're the 3rd player ever. That is huge. I'm looking forward to seeing what you got, the rest of this season tonight. And then next season, I'll definitely be tuning in. So thank you for your time, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.